Alright, I got my controller here with Assetto Corsa playing the Porsche 912. My Porsche 912 against three others. This is an add-on car that you can download for free on the internet. Someone made it. It's very nice and very fun, and that's why I'm showing it off. So I launched it there around 6,000 RPM. The AI in Assetto Corsa seems to know how to drive it pretty well. So 2 days ago when I downloaded it, I raced against the AIs and sort of watched where they brake. These are a stronger AI. I've got it at 97% advancedness, plus or minus 3%. So inevitably I'm going to lose them. And that's okay. But I still remember roughly how you run this course from training by practicing with the weaker AIs. So brake hard right around there. I downshifted. The ideal way probably wouldn't have involved a downshift. What else to say? My interest in the car, hold on a second, just lightly let off the throttle there and get back on it. Didn't have to brake. My interest in the car is I like boxer engines in general, I guess. I owned a Impreza Subaru from it was my first car until I blew up the head gasket. I needed to change the head gasket. I didn't get around to it, and it blew on me big time. Engine kind of lit on fire for a little bit, so that was sad. I should have attended to that, because then I'd still have a Subaru Impreza. Alright, so here you brake hard, and then you sort of do that hard left and hard right, and ooh, I caught up with that dude. I don't know what's wrong with him. When they say plus or minus 3% on this skill, he's probably the minus 3%. That one, this corner, I always kind of scrub the tires a bit because I'm not professional. So I like boxer engines. That's what this has. Of course, it's a rear engine, like a Volkswagen Beetle. And so the other reason I'm interested in this particular car is I've got the engine for it. Well, my dad has it. Ooh, baby. Downshift to get through that one. It's an automatic gearbox setting, so the little guy decides when to shift for you. But I like to override it sometimes. Downshift to sort of get the grip around the turn, sort of, if that makes any sense. All out here. So I've got the engine. My dad bought it in the early 70s for, he was going to swap it into his Beetle, because that fits, I think, basically the same people that designed the Beetle engine designed the Porsche engine, and it's just a very similar car to the Volkswagen Beetle. You can swap in a Porsche engine if you want, and that's what he was going to do. I'm not sure what the horsepowers are, even though, so this car basically looks like a 911 but has a weaker engine in it. It's more your family car as compared to the 911, but it is still significantly a better engine than the Beetle, so that's why my dad got it. Back in the early 70s. I like to sort of drift around this turn, even though you lose some time there. Oh, that dude boinked me in the butt and tried to get around me. An interesting thing about this is when you hit people in the rear end, I tried to hit him and ended up hitting the guardrail. That weight, the CG, the center of gravity of the car is shifted back a bit because of where the engine's mounted. And when you sort of play bumper cars with people, brake in the middle of that red, mainly for this hard right up here that you have to slow down for. Yeah, so when you play bumper cars with people, the rear end does not spin out. I'm just going to jump the curb here. It's interesting to see when you got the custom shaders patch installed, the snow kicks up in a particular way that's kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch that guy. So yeah, it's just an interesting car. I noticed in the reviews someone said the brakes are way too good. I wouldn't know. I don't know too much about this car. I think it did have rather rickety old drum brakes in both the front and the rear. And I don't think that whatever spec that is plugged into this model, I think it's too good for what a stock 912 would give you. But that does make it more fun to drive. Having good brakes in a car with a less powerful engine does mean an amateur such as myself can kind of keep it on the road. So it is fun to drive. And this is based on somebody's kind of real life, I think it said 1968 Porsche 912. Got a downshift in there. So, you know, he may have souped up his car with better than stock brakes. So, in principle, someone could modify a 912 to behave a lot like this one. Oh, I boinked into the wall. And that would have hurt in real life. But we're playing a game and I've got the damage off, so we keep going. Downshift to get up that hill. So 2 days ago I played this like 3 hours straight, and my two times I got down to 12 minutes and 1 second. This is the Nordschelife Endurance that comes with Assetto Corsa. Or, I mean, it comes with the Ultimate Edition that has a bunch of add-ons with it, which is what I got on Steam a couple weeks ago. And this sort of chiaroscuro lighting that you see in these wintry looking trees is it looks like that after you install the custom shaders patch, which you have to have for this car to work and for a bunch of other mods to work. So I got that. It annoyed the heck out of me because of the glare. But then you go into this setting, the video settings, and you shut off a button called sun rays. And then you have less glare so that you can actually drive the car. It's like the glare would be so much you don't see the red on the racing line telling you when to brake sometimes, and it just kind of looked waxy. But yeah, so I've got the cut some shaders now so I can drive the car, but I shut that setting off so I can handle the glare. Overall, it's very fun. I do kind of wonder if you could down-tune the brakes and have a truly stock. I'm using, I kind of went off the inner rim of that carousel a couple times. I was using stabs at the throttle to try to maintain the right speed. That carousel's a little hard to stay on in this car with the Nissan Skyline GTR. Of course, I practiced in that 10 times as much as I have in this, but with the Nissan Skyline, I was hitting the carousel just right every time. Anyway, it's fun. And it's really fun to bask in the instant replay and look at how beautiful the car is. You can see the engine through the vents in the back, you know. You see the carburetors on each side and that circular old school intake right in the middle. So it's a nice little model to just bask in. And I'm kind of driving casual here because I just want to kind of have one video and have that be it. So I'm not going to get 1201, which was what I got a couple days ago, driving all out. I just got home from work and just kind of driving casual in my make-believe Porsche 912 in Germany. What better place to drive a Porsche than Nordschleife? Oh, Scheiße. Sorry, I'm swearing in German. Just gets you in the mood seeing all those German evergreens, you know. Gets you in the mood to cuss in German. Ah, it's fun. Yeah, so anyway, it might be a little bit better than a real 912, but it's fun. The engine that I have, I am interested in selling. Dad said it was seized. Last time he checked on it, he put a wrench on the crankshaft and it didn't move. Ooh, let's try to hook the... Yeah, that was a good carousel turn. The engine didn't turn. It's been sitting a long time, like 50 years. My plan is to because rather than sell it as a seized engine and not get very much money out of it, which I don't know, $2,000-ish is what I'm thinking it might be worth. I was gonna hopefully unseize it by putting transmission fluid in the cylinders. So, in terms of realism, the model, it says I'm going 97 kph right now, which is like 120 miles per hour, which is how fast Wikipedia says a 912 is supposed to go. So, I mean, that's right. So I think the engine sounds, I mean, I've never heard a 912 engine, but it sounds like a boxer engine, you know. The idle of this engine is beautiful. Flat out through that red. Now we start braking. Mainly because there's a hard right here. That's just from the hours of practice. You know about how slow you need to go to handle that hard right. And that's it. There's the carburetors and stuff. But yep. 1212.